So yo, it's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building, and this is your UFC Vegas 50. Now we're all the way to number 50 with these Apex cards. But yeah, this is your UFC Vegas 50 full card prediction video. I'll be running down through the whole card, giving you my picks, and yeah. But also, do not forget to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitters. Did I say Twitters? On my Twitter, subscribe, go click the notification button, like, comment, and share the video. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing. But yeah, man, let's get down to it, man. Decent, I mean, not even decent, really good card. I really like the card. There's 3 really good fights on this card, but besides that, this is a sleeper card, in my opinion. I think this is a card worth watching. But yeah, man, I watch them all, so that doesn't really apply to me. But still, like, if you're a guy that's thinking about not watching, I'm like, man, this is a card you might want to check out. But yeah, let's talk about the curtain jerker of the night, at least on Topology. Sabina Mazo versus Miranda Maverick. Yeah, Maverick looked god awful against what's her name? Yeah, Erin Blanchfield. But I think Erin Blanchfield's actually really decent. Sabina Mazo really disappointed me against Agapova. I feel like Sabina will probably have the striking advantage. But we've seen in her fights against Alexa Davis, you take her down, she's not the exact same fighter she was in the first round. And I think Miranda Maverick still has a legit wrestling game. She could get a finish here. I really could see it, but as we all know, your boy eBay, when he sees some whole MMA, you already know. You got to go with that 29-28, 30-27 decision. That's how it's going. But Maverick could potentially get a sub here. I could see it. I could really see it. But I'm taking Maverick by decision. She needs the win. She's on a 2-fight losing streak, which is crazy. I keep on forgetting. She lost to Macy Barber, which is hilarious. It's fucking funny. But it is what it is. Next fight, a fight I'm really actually torn about. JJ Aldridge versus Gillian Robertson. I was thinking really long and hard about this, and matchup wise and stuff like that, and man, this is a hard one for me. JJ's fighting at an Elevation Fight team. They have decent grapplers there. I like their team. They know how to win. Gillian Robertson has been training at American Top Team, but she's doing a lot of her stuff with Dean Thomas. It's primarily her thing. She's always either been a big pick for me, or I've picked against her when she's fighting a really big favorite. She's been a great dog pick for me sometimes, or you know, who was she was a dog against somebody. I remember I picked her against actually Miranda Maverick. She ended up losing that, but I felt like she had it right there, man. She was so close to beating her. JJ Aldridge, I've never been too impressed with her, but she seems like she knows what she's doing with her hands. She has really good distance control, decent boxing. Jillian's really good on the ground, and it's really hard to decide who's gonna win this fight. For me, because I really do feel like JJ's decent with her takedown defense, and Gillian, when it goes to those later rounds, she just looks horrible. So really what it comes down for me is that if if Gillian can get it down, she can kind of dominate and maybe win the next 2 rounds. But I just feel like I have a weird feeling. I don't know why, but I'm just taking JJ Aldridge. I don't know if it's if Gillian's due for a loss or something like that, but yeah, I don't know. She looked really good against Cachoeira. She looked amazing against Cachoeira. I was really happy for her. I didn't get to actually watch it live, but I ended up watching the playback, and I was so happy for her. I like the girl. She's a good girl, but I got to be going against her. I think JJ Aldridge. It's just a weird feeling. I got a weird feeling JJ is gonna get it done. 29-28. I think sprawl and brawl. I like to call sprawl and box, but yeah, I think JJ is getting it done here. Next fight, really good one. Matthew Selmsberger, my guy, versus AJ Fletcher. AJ Fletcher, I just want to start off by saying this before I give my pick. He's actually a really good fighter, and I actually would love to see his career continue after the Matthew Selmsberger fight. But yeah, I got to go with the the Jedi himself, Matt Selmsberger, man. You go rewatch his fight against Colin Williams. I like to call him Colin, but some of y'all like to call him Chaos Williams. As he changed his name, I'll call him by his real name. But but yeah, he had a phenomenal fight against fucking Colin, and man, he went tooth and nail, and that was a very, very close fight. And I only feel like Colin won based on a few flurries of output and just I wouldn't say like he did anything crazy, but he just worked more to win the fight, if you know what I'm saying. And yeah, I think Salmsberger's on a different level than this kid. This kid's really athletic. He's really athletic. He is good. He has good takedowns, real power, real knockout power. I wouldn't be surprised if this kid is taking any kind of performance enhancing drugs. No disrespect, but one of the things that kind of point out to me is the reach disparity. There is a 8-inch reach advantage for Matthew Salmsberger. I think if Salmsberger can just keep his chin tucked, kind of survive that flurry of the first round and just apply that jab, use his footwork, look for that straight shot, and just be the fighter that is more accurate and more technical. And I just honestly feel like Salmsberger has this in the bag, man. I really do think he wins a first round knockout here. I think late in the first round, I think like somewhere near 3 minutes into the first round, but I think he does knock out AJ Fletcher, man. But this is a good fight. AJ can win this. He really could. I could see him using his takedowns and getting a wrestling kind of clinch victory here. But just the reach, and I think Salmsberger has decent takedown defense, and he's just so tough, man. One of the toughest dudes in that welterweight division coming up. So, yeah, I can't wait for that fight. That's going to be a banger. Next fight, Damon Jackson versus Kamala Kirk. Really great matchup in the featherweight division. I've been a Damon Jackson hater, and he's proven me wrong a few times, and I think it's come down to that point where, either you're against him or you got to join him, and I'm at this point where I'm joining him. I think Kamala Kirk, he looked really good against Americani, but I think Makwan Americani lost that fight more than he won that fight. There are some bad losses. I look at, losing to Billy ain't no bad loss, but Bruno Souza, I think that's the guy's name. We saw him fight. I forgot that guy, Molesky Badasagarian, something like that. That guy, the Gun, with the nickname the Gun. Yeah, I think Damon Jackson is going to get this done, man. I think he's just a lot tougher. He's the better grappler out of the two, and he makes things a scrap. And he has a wrestling background, but it seems like he has a hard time getting takedowns. So I don't know if he's going to use his wrestling in this matchup, but I feel like he's going to be more smart with his ground control than obviously Americani, man. Americani just laid on him, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, I kind of get what happened there. I know some people felt like Americani was he was robbed, but he's my guy. I like Americani, but sometimes you lose and you just gotta accept it. Next fight, Tafon Nishkui versus Amzat Mirakhanov. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Y'all know how I feel about Tafon. I think I've picked against him every fight he's had besides the Mike Rodriguez fight. So, I was always like, man, this guy doesn't have enough experience. I know, I respect Yves Edwards. Yves Edwards, one of the fucking dopest lightweights to ever come up, and he's a great fighter. And I appreciate his mind and his input, but he said some really good things about this kid, Tafon. And he says he's talented and he's great and this and that. And in the practice room, he's just like a world championship level fighter. But that's practice. And in the great words of Allen Iverson, we're talking about practice. You got to really show for it. And I never saw anything special out of the tape. He does have a win over William Knight, which is aged pretty well. And he does have a win over Mike Rodriguez. I don't know. Well, I've never been a fan of Mike Rodriguez. I think I picked against him every fight he's had. Yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. I think I picked Mike against Percano or something. What was it? I forgot the guy's name. The little Poland guy that's made a bit of a resurgence. But yeah, back to Tefan. I haven't been too impressed with him. He seems like he has a decent Muay Thai background. It seems like he brings a decent striking skill set. But you clinch on him, you wrestle him, he tires, and he's not that special. I think he's actually undersized for light heavyweight. I think he's actually better at middleweight, but he's had more success at light heavyweight. So it is what it is. I thought Jung kind of exposed him in the wrestling and stuff like that. Hamza, I haven't learned enough about him through his fights. A lot of finishes, a lot of knockouts. But one thing I do know is the guy has solid boxing and a decent double leg that he uses in his fights. And I think he's going to go to this in this fight. I think he's going to have to wrestle against Tefan. And I'm going to take Hamza by decision. Actually, funny nickname, though, the Professional. It's actually kind of cool. So, but yeah, and he's he's 35 years old, which is crazy. But, light heavyweight's a little different. The bigger you get, the less age has to do with it, as they say. Next up, Cody Brundage versus Dalcha Lungumbui. I hope I said that right. Lungumbula. Dalcha is a really fun fighter. I loved his last fight against fucking Marc-Andre Barriet. Cody is actually a decent fighter. His performance against Nick Maximov is actually kind of aging pretty well. I actually thought he did better against Nick than Pauliano Sariano or Punahali. Sorry, my bad. And Punahali, I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to... They both lost at the end of the day. But I actually was more impressed with him than I was with Sariano. But at the end of the day, I got Dalcha here. I just think the experience, I think he is the better grappler out of the two, and I think he hits a lot harder than Cody. And I think if Cody's going for takedowns, I think he's going to get fucking hurt here. Cody is a really good wrestler, and I think Cody should fight a almost like kind of sprawl and box kind of style. You sprawl the takedowns and you just strike. I don't think he's going to be able to out-grapple Dalcha, but I don't know if he's going to use that game plan, and I just honestly feel like his skill set kind of falls into the hands of Dalcha. I think Dalcha's going to take this. I'm taking Dalcha by fucking decision, and I think Dalcha's going to get takedowns. I really do. Or I think he's going to get a clinch control. He's going to put Cody against the cage, and it is what it is. Next fight, Trevin Jones versus Javid Basharat. I think that's how you say his name. Javid Basharat, I got a lot of respect there, guy. That last fight he had on Contender Series, I was a fan of that, man. The dude was talking crazy to him. Weird stuff, I don't want to get too much into it, but a lot of respect to that guy for getting the job done against his last opponent. Trevin Jones, man, I don't know if I'm seeing the incarnation of Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson's my guy, so yeah, if you know, you know. But Trevin Jones is not. I have picked all his fights wrong. I do not know what is wrong with this kid. Sometimes he can beat Tamir Valiev, and then who's the kid? Mario Batista. Knocked him out, by the way. Not beat him, fucking stop him. And then he goes out there and loses to fucking, what's his name? Saeed Yukub Kakramanov, I think that's how you say his name. And nothing against Saeed. But I was really disappointed in Trevin Jones. It seems like he's a power puncher that likes to clinch. I don't understand that. And he's trying to grapple. I guess he has really good grappling. He has bad cardio, another thing. And he's not as durable as I thought he was. It's a hard fight for me. Trevin he's good. He can stop you. He has that like I say, that Michael Johnson factor, right? He can beat some of the toughest of dudes, but sometimes you put him against a guy you think he'd fucking wash, he ends up losing. And I'm just gonna have to take Javid here by second round submission. I think just Trevin Jones, if he doesn't knock you out, he basically breaks. And yeah, I was really that last fight gave a really bad taste in my mouth. So I could go 0-4, I could go 1-3 with picking Trevin Jones fight. So let's see if eBay gets some luck. Next fight, Guido Cannetti versus Chris Moutinho. I think that my dog pick of the week. Yeah, you got the battle of the bums, by the way. But Guido Cannetti, I wouldn't call him a bum. He's just an older dude that doesn't need to be fighting. Chris Moutinho isn't nothing special. He literally has made his name off of taking 400 or 500. Well, I don't know how many punches he took from Sean O'Malley, but that's how he really made his name. I think Guido Cannetti can really win this fight. It might be a stretch. He's 42 years old, which is horrible for bantamweight, but Moutinho isn't special. He's just really tough. I think Cannetti, with the leg kicks, with his movement, I think he could get a 29-28 decision. Moutinho's going to put pressure on him, but he's just going to be a punching bag in there. If Cannetti pulls a stunt in there and decides to fucking magically die or you know what I'm saying, or just magically fall after punches, then it is what it is. I won't be too mad about it, but I think Guido can win this. It depends on, and I thought Guido fought a really tough fight against that other kid, fucking Mana Martinez, who's he's alright. He's not anything special, but I think Mana Martinez knocks out Chris Moutinho. I'll give you that. But it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm taking Guido Cannetti by decision here. This kid is here just based on fucking fan reaction and some fucking memes. That's really what comes down from Moutinho. But yeah. Next fight, Khalil Rountree. What did I just... I don't know. My brain was on the... Khalil Rountree versus Karl Roberson. My guy, Karl Roberson. I got Karl Roberson by second round TKO or KO. You know, anyway, how Karl wants to get it done, he can get it done. Karl's a top 10 glory kickboxer. He has so much endless potential. He's super, super athletic. Corey Anderson goes in so much depth about how good this kid can be, and I truly believe it. Yeah, he's had some hiccups, but Brendan Allen on a good day is a top 15 middleweight, man. You just got, and I know some of y'all don't like him, but that's my guy, so I got to give him his credit. The guy is really good. I don't think Brendan Allen's bad. He also lost to Marvin Vettori, who was number 2 in the world. No shame in that. Khalil Rountree, he quits in his fights. I know his Muay Thai is really good, but I don't think it's on the level of Karl Roberson. Roberson quits too, but it's more grappling pressure that he quits to. Interruption. MacBook turned off on me. That's on me this time, not on the Mac. You know, I guess it's like 1 to 60 with the with the interruptions. But yeah, you know, like I was saying, man. Khalil Rountree, Karl Roberson. He either quits to wrestling pressure, but I've rarely seen him outstriked. The guy does have a win over ranked light heavyweight Ryan Spahn. I think this is easy money for Karl Roberson here, and he's going up in weight. I'm taking Roberson by second round TKO. I think Khalil's gonna quit, and I think Karl's gonna get his fucking win. And the guy almost beat the light heavyweight champion of the world. All right, say what you want, but fucking Karl Roberson is a good fighter. But yeah, next up, Drew Dober versus, what's this kid's fucking name? What? Terrance McKinney. I'm sorry. It doesn't show up on the screen, but I know the fight's actually happening. Terrance McKinney's taking the fight on short notice. I like the kid a lot. He proved me wrong against Free Ziam, but Ziam ain't Drew Dober. I'm just saying, Drew's my guy, and I like this kid McKinney. Obviously, he has that Chiesa mentality, but his time ain't today. And I'm taking Drew Dober by second round TKO. I think this fight is gonna look a lot like the Alexander Hernandez fight with Drew Dober. I think Dober is gonna sprawl a lot of takedowns, but I think Drew's gonna touch his chin one time. He's gonna drop. You know, he's been knocked out before, y'all. Like, I like the kid a lot, but he's been knocked out before. Forgot the guy's name, but he's like the tall, lengthy guy at 145. It's like he's a boxer or whatever. Fucking what's his face? My guy Julian Arosa whooped on him. But yeah, I like the kid a lot, y'all. I really do. But Drew Dober, and I know a lot of people hate on him on Twitter. I know, because I guess he talks too much about how he died or whatever, and I guess he spams it on Twitter. But I like the kid. He's not a bad kid. He seems like a good person. But Drew Dober got this, man. Second round TKO. And yeah. But yeah, for the next few fights, I do got breakdowns on these. So next up, Alex Caceres versus Sodiq Yusuff. I won't go too in depth with it. I do have a breakdown on that, so go check that out. That will be coming out, I think, on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm taking Sodiq Yusuff by second round TKO. Alex Caceres has had a fun running a fucking muck in the 145 division, beating a bunch of dummies. Most of them are not that good, but the last one, that one actually fucking hurt. The one against Troy, that one hurt the soul. I think that one was caught on the live stream. So, in Sodiq Yusuff, we trust. He's going to end this fucking dumb nonsense, and he's going to knock this motherfucker out in the second round. Sorry, a little bit of my anger came out. If you didn't know, I'm not the biggest fan of Alex Caceres. Nothing against it, just something about him bugs me. But yeah, next fight, Bruno Silva versus Alex Pereira. Yeah, I think Pereira, this is his fight to win. Bruno Silva, I've been waiting to fucking fade this guy for a long time, for a very, very long time. And yeah, he's very powerful. He got knockout power, but defensively, he kind of leaves his chin out there. He's not really that good. Pereira, he just needs one shot to catch him. He's a more technical striker. If Bruno Silva takes him down, then yeah, he has a chance. And if Bruno Silva can touch him, yeah, he might have a chance. But Pereira by first round knockout is my pick. I think he's gonna fucking send this dude to the shadow realm. But yeah. Next up in the co-main event, Marlon Moraes versus Yadong Song Yadong, or however you want to say it. I do have a breakdown on this, but I'm taking Marlon Moraes by decision. This is my last chance for Marlon. I think Marlon is the better striker out of the two. I think he has more power, and I think him aligning with Tiger Muay Thai might be a really good thing for his conditioning. I think he's going to show a different version of himself, and if he doesn't win this one, I'm done picking him. You know, I picked him against Rob Font. I picked him, I did pick him against Rob Font, and I did pick him against Merab, and he was this fucking close to humbling you Merab fans. But yeah, Marlon really let me down against Merab, but I'm giving him a second chance. I think he can beat Song. And you know, I wasn't even the biggest Marlon fan. I really wasn't. I enjoyed what he did to Aljo. I can fucking send that to all them Aljamain fans. But yeah, I picked Corey to beat him, and I picked Cejudo to beat him, and I picked Aldo to beat him actually. And I still feel like Aldo won that fight. But ever since then, he's just been a weird decline for him. But I don't think it's anything like I don't think he has a bad chin. Yeah, he got caught. You know, the Rob Font fight wasn't good, but I mean, he took that fight, you know, back to back. I felt like he didn't have enough rest, but I still think he got enough in the tank. Like, I don't think he's completely done, and I think he has enough for Song. I really do. So I'm taking Moraes by decision here. And in the main event, Thiago Santos versus Magomed Ankalaev. I'm gonna keep it short. I do have a breakdown on this coming out on Monday, so go check that out if you want more in depth. But Magomed Ankalaev needs a finish. If he does not finish Thiago Santos, who is 38 years old, right? Yeah, 38 years old to this day. Then you guys cannot tell me this guy's better than a fucking Rakic. Can't tell me this guy's a fucking dark horse. I know you Dagestani cliff dwellers, you love your fucking Dagestani fighters, but man, like, come on now. He has to get a finish here over Santos. I hear all these crazy things like, oh, this guy is the de facto number 2 light heavyweight in the world, dark horse, future champ. If he doesn't finish Thiago Santos, then I still don't think he's better than Rakic. So it is what it is. This is my challenge out to him. You gotta fucking finish Santos in the second round. I'm really down on Santos because, like, dude, you went fucking 5 rounds with Johnny Walker, bro. Yeah, that's what it really comes down to. I think this is a must-win for Ankalaev, and I think Santos is just another stepping stone for him to get to the next level. So we'll see. We'll see if this kid's better than Rakic. If he can really finish Santos, then hey man, this kid's the truth. But until then, if he can't get a finish here, then I don't want to hear no bullshit and no fucking Rakic hate on the goddamn on any MMA thing. If you're gonna hate on Rakic for going to decision with Santos, keep that same energy for Ankalaev, you fucking cliff dwellers. But yeah, it is what it is. Love y'all. Hey, goodbye. It's your boy eBay. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. Don't forget to follow me on my Twitter. Subscribe, like, comment, and share the video. It's your boy eBay, and I'm out of here. Love y'all and goodbye.